Today we're going to be talking about the origins of Optimus Prime. Transformers, there's sadness in my eyes. Optimus Prime was originally a Transformer named Orion Pax. That's right, he didn't start out as the bad, killer, Decepticon crushing robot that we all know and love today. He started out as just a soldier. Almost a Cinderella story, if you will. Orion Pax was... Okay, Optimus Prime was a cop. That surprise anybody? Of course not. Optimus Prime is like... He's like truth and justice. You know what I mean? He's like a robot Superman. Well, I guess he does have some pretty cool powers. He can't fly all the time, you know. That was just in the first episode of Generation 1, right? But there's a few origin stories for Optimus Prime. Today we're going to focus on the Autocracy, Transformers Autocracy, the comic book, because that's my favorite one. Because the origin story from Generation 1, it's just kind of lame. Hey guys, and he had some friends, and like his friends were like, hey, what's up? And he was like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, is that Megatron? He's kind of cool. And then Megatron like shot him, and he was like, oh man. And then he took him to Alpha Trion, who wasn't a leader, he was just more of a mechanic. And then Alpha Trion just kind of like made him into Optimus Prime. That's the whole cartoon story. You know, like, who cares? Who cares? That's not that big a story. And I know I'm not one of those people who's like, you know what? You need to make Bumblebee a VW bug, because that's what Bumblebee used to be. There's somebody walking by down there and it caught my eye. Back to Orion Pax. Orion Pax was a cop. He was like the baddest cop. There's a part in the comic where he's talking to Metroplex. Spoilers. It's a really old comic. It's an old comic. But he's talking to Metroplex, and Metroplex says, hello, old friend. And Optimus is like, we've never met before. He goes, no, we've met. Because things always come back around. And I've met you. I may not have met you, but I've met someone like you. I've met you in a different form, in a different body, in a different life. And it's like, yeah, that person always exists. That's why I love like hero stories. That's why I love Transformers. That's why I love comic books. That's why I love Superman and the X-Men and all that stuff. That's why I love it all. Like Orion Pax, he's just has this great sense of justice. But the problem is his prime. His prime is Zeta Prime. Zeta Prime is super, like, not a good guy. Like, corrupt. And he's killing people, and except it's all on the down low. You know, he's keeping it on the down low. Zeta Prime's on the down low. I guess Orion was in the way. I guess like he's trying to deal with them, and so he just keeps setting him up for ambush after ambush after ambush, just to kind of get him out of the way. But it's Orion Pax, man. Like, he can get through that. So Orion Pax gets through that. Figures out, like, he ends up sending him after Hot Rod. Hot Rod is kind of like, he's not really an Autobot or a Decepticon. He's kind of his own thing. He knows the government is corrupt, but he's not joining the Decepticons either. So, like, he sends him after this guy, Hot Rod. Hot Rod takes him on a car chase. He takes him to where Zeta Prime is storing energon. And, like, just people are dying, and, like, he's got his thumb on the people, and it opens Orion Pax's eyes. And so he finally sees what he has to do. Zeta straight up turns on him, and he ends up having to team up with Megatron. He teams up with Megatron, and Megatron and Orion Pax are just this killer team. Like, they storm Zeta Prime, Zeta Prime's people, like the whole thing, and they take it over. Zeta Prime beats the crap out of Orion Pax, though. He beats the crap out of him. He rips his arm off. He ripped off Orion Pax's arm. He should have just started hitting him. Like, should have got him just like, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. He could have done that. He could have just got him, slapped him around. But Megatron was there. Megatron shows up and starts just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, he's Megatron, champion pit fighter, and just takes out Zeta, like blows his head off. And then Optimus Prime is like, what do we do now? And Megatron is like, what do you mean we? And he just blows a hole in him, a hole in Orion Pax. Orion Pax just like, they leave him for dead and they take off. But then the Matrix calls out to Orion Pax. The Matrix is calling out to him. And with the little bit of life he has left, he just kind of drags himself over to the Matrix, gets the Matrix's leadership, and it heals him, it fixes him. He feels one. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that part in All-Star Superman, the cartoon, when Lex Luthor gets Superman's powers, and he finally just like sees everything. If Einstein could see what I'm seeing, like he sees how everything is connected. That's kind of how Orion Pax, and he emerges Optimus Prime after that. Like it heals him, he gets the wisdom of the universe, of the wisdom of all the primes before him, till all are one. But that's what he sees, that all are already one. And he sees it, and he understands. He becomes not only a leader, but almost a spiritual guide, a justice seeker. You know what I mean? He becomes Optimus freaking Prime. Yeah, that's literally how Optimus Prime comes to be. They later go on to go fight Megatron. Megatron can't believe the power. He was like, I don't remember you being this strong. Read Autocracy because it's freaking awesome. Autocracy is awesome. If you dug the video, like and subscribe, man. Transformers. There's sadness in my eyes. That's from Generation 1. What was that, like Season 3? Something like that. Season 3 was a long season. But I haven't even seen the new Transformers movie because we all know. I'm waiting for video because as much as I love Transformers, Michael Bay makes me almost hate Transformers. Like, all the stuff that he does is just like, come on, man. Have a little respect. Have a little bit of respect for us. Is Hot Rod British? I haven't seen the movie, but is Hot Rod British? Like, that's weird.